So I just saw Captain Marvel for the second time. Let's talk about it. Captain Marvel is the latest film in the MCU, and anybody who knows me knows I am a massive fan of the MCU. I mean, just check out all that stuff behind me. I am a massive fan of the MCU. I grew up on these movies, so naturally I was super excited for this movie. Like I said, I saw this movie twice. Because I'll be honest, the first time I saw it, I walked out a bit disappointed. I didn't love the movie, but I didn't hate the movie. There was definitely some good things about it. I just didn't love the movie. However, I saw it again because I wanted to make sure I didn't love the movie. I was wrong. The second time I saw it, I did enjoy the movie a whole lot more. Oh yes, I'm definitely happy I saw it for the second time before filming this review. However, just because I enjoyed it more the second time around doesn't mean I have problems with this movie. I definitely have problems with this movie, and we will talk about that. But first, let's talk about the good. The best part about this movie is not Captain Marvel. It is Ben Mendelsohn. His entire character in this movie is just amazing. He plays the lead Skrull. He's really the only character in the entire movie that you actually care about, and I really liked him in this movie. And he was also pretty funny, which I did not mind at all. I really enjoyed his humor in the movie. Ben Mendelsohn just did a great job playing him, and I just really liked his entire story arc in this movie. Brie Larson. Now, a lot of people don't like her in this movie, or a lot of people think she was miscast. However, I did enjoy her in this movie. I think she was a great casting. I don't really have any problems with her in this movie. I thought she was pretty good. I really like the cockiness that she brought to the role. And I also really like the chemistry between her and Samuel L. Jackson in this movie. Really good chemistry. I really enjoyed those two together. But now let's talk about Samuel L. Jackson. He is great as always, but the de-aging technology on him in this movie is absolutely groundbreaking. I mean, we are in the future of film. He looks so young and he looks great. It is insane how good they got him to look. And I really thought that part was almost just flawless. Something else I loved about this movie is the 90s. Man, this movie takes place in the 90s and it just brought me back. It's the blockbuster and everything. Just great. I absolutely love the 90s vibe to this movie, and it also added some humor as well. But now that we've talked about some of the good, let's talk about some of the bad in this movie, because like I said, I definitely have some problems with this movie, and one of those problems is this movie has no sense of like style to it. It doesn't take any chances, and it doesn't try and be anything more, which is a bit disappointing in my eyes, because Marvel has been taking lots of chances on their films lately, and this doesn't really try and be anything more. Now I'm going to compare this movie to Wonder Woman. It's kind of hard to compare the two, but at the same time, they're both female heroes, so I'm going to compare them. In Wonder Woman, there's that one scene where she goes to no man's land, and it is a very powerful, just amazing scene. Great score. I love that entire scene. And in Captain Marvel, there's really nothing like that in this movie. There's no like big hoorah scene in this movie. Sure, towards the end, it does try and be, but it just didn't really get me like Wonder Woman did. Something that I really did not like about this movie, honestly, probably one of my biggest complaints, if not my biggest. Like I said earlier, this does take place in the 90s, and some of these song choices in this movie just don't go well. It just doesn't go right with the scene. Don't know who chose the song choices, but just not good choices. And also, the score to this movie isn't good. Just not that strong of a score. Unlike Wonder Woman, which has a fantastic, powerful score, this is not that powerful, and it's just not that good of a score at all, really, which is pretty disappointing. At the end of the day, Captain Marvel is another solid film in the MCU. I'm excited to see her character develop more in the MCU as her story goes along. However, this movie doesn't take any chances, and there's no big like hoorah moment, which is a bit disappointing in my eyes. But I do love the Skrulls in this movie, especially Ben Mendelsohn. First time I saw Captain Marvel, I was prepared to give this movie a C+. However, after seeing it again and enjoying it more, I'm going to up that to a B. As always, guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. It means the world to me. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to see more in the future, hit that subscribe button. But as always, thank you so much for watching and have a good one.